Put beeswax in your ears, fellas. The Cleveland Sirens have joined the WNBA this year. We're going to talk about that as well as the St. Louis Cardinals. They're asking their fans what their uniform should look like. We got another Field of Dreams game coming up this week. We're going to discuss that and a little bit more, plus Paul's Minor League Minute, your comments, where were they, and all that and more coming up here on episode 24 of the SportsLogos.Net podcast. Hello, welcome to the show. I am your host, Chris Creamer from SportsLogos.Net, joined as always by my co-host, Podcast Paul Caputo, joining us live from Pennsylvania.
Ocean City, New Jersey.
Oh,
down the shore, enough. Chris, down the shore. I was in Pennsylvania this morning at the shore.
Okay, well, we're recording this episode a little earlier than usual because I'm going in for oral surgery, so I won't be able to talk after today. So I'm going to get as much talking out of the way as I can today. Forgive me. I'm going to stretch my mouth out as much as I can. I'm going to enjoy all sorts of seeded breads and muffins, whatever's. We'll probably just knock that seeded part out.
No, Chris, I want to talk about seeded bread because I actually had a cheesesteak last night. That's like one of these newfangled cheesesteaks. It's got the Cooper Sharp cheese and it's got the roll, not the typical like Amoroso Italian roll, but like a seeded Italian roll. It's all the rage in cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. And in fact, Bradley Cooper started a cheesesteak place in New York City where he has this like the seeded bread and the Cooper Sharp cheese instead of either the provolone or the American or my choice, the Whiz. So seeded bread, it has been on my mind the last 24 hours.
Well, isn't that wild? Well, when I was in Philly a couple weeks ago, I was told about this Cooper Sharp fad.
Yeah.
Well, I tried it. I prefer the Whiz. Let's just be honest. There's just not much to it. There's no flavor to it. It's kind of boring. I don't quite understand the fad. So when I had an option a second time to choose the cheese on that trip, I went with the Whiz because nobody beats the Whiz. Not a sponsor.
True. On a cheesesteak.
TM. Yes, exactly. Okay, so what do we got? We got the Sirens coming up here. WNBA, brand new identity. This is Cleveland's second crack at a WNBA team. Portland recently got a second team. They went back to their original name, the Fire. Houston is reportedly getting its second crack at a team, and they are as well going back to their original name, the Comets. Cleveland's second WNBA team, originally called the Rockers, this time called the Sirens, inspired by the Odyssey, surely.
That's a good tie-in.
Odyssey fad, right?
Yeah.
This is Odyssey fever here in 2026, and the WNBA is jumping right on it. The logo shows... well, a siren, which is basically a mermaid-like creature, holding a basketball underneath the team name, scripted out. Two different shades of blue in this logo and white, a very simple color scheme. The logo is designed to represent the Great Lakes. The hair of the mermaid has 5 points to represent the 5 Great Lakes, which means, Paul, that this logo represents my lake of Lake Ontario. So technically, this Cleveland Sirens logo has more to do with Toronto than Toronto's own WNBA team, the Tempo, which name has nothing to do whatsoever with the city. Same with the logo. The two colors are called, custom colors, Paul.
Oh, here we go.
This is our favorite. Ready? Okay. We have Sirens blue. Yeah, that's not very exciting.
Yeah.
And Erie blue.
Oh.
Which one's which? You'll never know.
But Erie with one E.
Erie with one E, yes, in honor of Lake Erie, the eeriest of the lakes.
but again, Erie with one E. Just like Lake Superior is the superiorest of the lakes.
Well, I think it's the smuggest of the lakes.
That's true. It's the big Lake Superior is the biggest of the Great Lakes. I'm going to say that the siren blue is the color, the lighter blue that the siren actually is in this logo, and that Erie blue is like this rich sort of watery blue. Just give me some Pantone colors, though, Chris. That's really what I want, or maybe even some hex codes.
Some hex codes. You're gonna get hex codes tattooed on your forehead or something.
Not me. I'm old school. CMYK for me.
Oh, jeez. RGB for me or nothing.
Oh, yeah. You're all about that screen. You're all about that screen color format.
I'm very digital over here. We got some interesting suite of secondary logos here.
Yeah.
Like we have a, trident tipped script S. We have a full bodied siren with a CS in there, a claw rising from Lake Erie holding a basketball, which, I mean, it probably sounds like something that actually happened in real life if
Mm.
anyone's been to Lake Erie.
Chris, what's the
Uh,
difference between a siren and a mermaid? Like I'm looking at these logos here, and it sure looks like a mermaid to me.
well, okay, so this is an interesting thing. I don't know how much you're up on Greek mythology.
Well, I haven't seen the Odyssey yet, if that's what you're asking.
Well, the Odyssey, the movie itself, also subscribes to the idea that sirens are a mermaid-like creature.
Okay.
It is my understanding that the original Greek sirens were bird women rather
Oh,
than mermaid-like creatures. It's just kind of evolved over
yeah,
time. I believe that it was during medieval times, the bird-like women were turned into mermaid-like women, possibly to do with, tales of sailors seeing these fish-like women
yeah.
during their, well, let's just assume some sort of horrible drug-induced hallucinations on on the tall seas back in the 1700s. A siren, though, like the idea of a siren is what? Like someone who, or a creature or whatever,
Yeah,
a woman who lures sailors or men on the sea to danger,
yeah,
but with their song that is supposed to be so enchanting that they can't resist.
yeah,
There is a great scene in the Odyssey in which they are warned that they will sail past the sirens, and he instructs all the men on the boat to put beeswax in their ears so they can't hear it, while he is tied up, and he will listen to it to tell the men what was actually being done. Another thing with the Sirens, though, is that there's already a team called the Sirens in women's sports that just came out with one in the PWHL. We have the New York Sirens.
ah,
So here's the question for you,
okay,
Paul Caputo. I
yeah,
have a question for you. How is it that the Cleveland Sirens can use the New York Sirens
hmm,
name, but they can't use the original Cleveland Rockers name,
oh,
which is being blocked in some trademark by some league in Michigan that's never even played a game, but they can block, a team that actually has like a proper claim to it. Yet we have an active team, playing in the same country, playing another women's sport with the exact same name. That's cool. The other one's not cool. I know
is it
you have a law degree, so you can answer this for me.
is it the fact that Cleveland is also part of it? Like, could they be the Great Lakes Rockers instead of the Cleveland Rockers? Like, if they can't be Cleveland Rockers because Cleveland Rockers is trademarked, but like you can't just trademark sirens for everybody, right? Like, I mean, there's how many Eagles are there in minor league baseball? We've got so there's all the bees, right? Like, there was all these machinations around like the Salt Lake bees and the Burlington bees. Another one, the first one that I thought of because there was women's sports involved, in particular the WNBA, was you've got the minor league baseball Reno Aces, and then you also have the Aces in Las Vegas. Is it the Las Vegas Aces or the Vegas Aces? But they're the WNBA team in Las Vegas. So my guess is, based on my law degree, that what we're looking at here is the fact that it was the Cleveland Rockers, and they weren't allowed to be the Cleveland Rockers. They could have been the something else Rockers, the Ohio Rockers. Maybe they could have been the Ohio Rockers.
I love that the Ohio Rockers. It sounds like the Ohio Players, which that was Love Roller Coaster. Good
Yeah,
old 70s tune there.
there's a
Um,
there's a minor league
Go ahead.
baseball team called the High Point Rockers, and their logo is a rocking chair. That's a true story.
That's a different kind of rocker.
It is.
Well,
It
yeah,
is.
maybe if they made their logo a rocking chair, the Cleveland Rockers, maybe they can get away with that.
Right. That's what I think. There's another mermaid-based logo in minor league baseball history, the erstwhile Brevard County Manatees. And as we know, sailors back in the day thought that manatees were also mermaids.
Hey, what a connection there. And
There's
again,
a whole story.
Paul, your disease has once again tied something that has nothing to do with minor league baseball
Yeah. I'm sorry.
to several minor league baseball stories. It's
Okay,
okay.
I have a
That's
sports branding question for you about this
sure.
Cleveland Sirens. And you mentioned the two different shades of blue.
Hmm.
As all of our color theorists know out there, the warm colors are the higher energy colors. Warm colors advance, cool colors recede. this blue logo with this manatee character and this very swoopy design here, it's not really like in your face in terms of like sports design, right? Like it's not like a real big, bold, high energy. It's a very like soothing logo, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like a deodorant, perhaps.
Or like a drink, like a really refreshing drink is what this feels like to me. It's
Hmm,
very watery, it's very
very
soothing.
watery.
It does
Yeah.
not
Oh,
inspire a lot of fear to me if I'm about to take the court.
well, yeah, it's certainly not fear-inducing. And we had a another WNBA team recently come out with like a Greek mythology type logo and
Yeah.
identity from Golden State, right? The Golden State Valkyries, and that was a little more intense, right? Like
Yeah.
and they went with traditionally feminine colors, kind of like with a
Hmm.
very purpley and almost pink like color scheme.
Hmm.
Whereas this is, I mean, double blue is not necessarily a feminine color scheme. Like we've seen double blue in other uniforms. The Toronto Argonauts is the first one I think of because they're famously double blue up here. The Memphis Grizzlies are double blue.
The Norfolk Tides had a double blue logo,
Mm.
the minor league baseball Norfolk Tides, that I continue to this day still think looked more like a toothpaste brand than it did a baseball team brand.
The
But
baseball team brand.
my point is that this sort of like monochromatic, cool color brand is not big and bold, and that not being big and bold is sort of reinforced by this very like swoopy, sort of organic, fluid looking type and other design elements.
Mhm.
And clearly that's intentional. It's not like the old Cleveland Rockers, which had the big bold
Mhm.
sans serif font and the orange and blue complementary pairing there, which is a much more sort of in your face. And so just regardless of whether it's for a women's team or a men's team, I just think that those design choices are not typical in my mind of sports design.
I think, now that we've, been sort of sitting here talking about it, the more that I'm thinking about it, the whole idea of a siren, right, is to make you feel very
Ooh,
relaxed
they're
and
luring
to
you in.
soothe you. And you're being lured in. Oh,
Yeah.
there's nothing to worry about here. This is very
Right.
calming. And this is an identity that kind of makes you feel that way.
Yeah.
So you look through the entire logo set, everything's very calming and soothing.
Yeah.
And then one of those secondary logos
Hmm.
is a monster-like claw
Right.
raising from under the water and grabbing a basketball.
Right. Right.
So is this telling the story of what a siren does? It
Uh,
soothes you, it brings you in, it calms you down. This is lovely. Oh,
yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to playing the
Right.
Cleveland Sirens. This is going to be, and then the monster, roar! It's too late. You're done.
See, now I think it's genius. Now I think
Hey,
it's brilliant.
we did
uh,
it. We
you
figured it out
did.
on our own.
That's good. That's good. Well, and we didn't even have to engage in design speak, right? Like it's, I think for the most part. Um, Now you clearly have just seen the Odyssey.
Mhm.
My understanding of the Odyssey is largely based around the Coen brothers. Oh, brother, where art thou? That movie. I recently just saw a different movie, and so maybe that's inspiring my initial reaction to this. When I saw the type, when I saw it written out, I had a brief moment where I thought that this team was reprising one of Major League Baseball's worst teams ever, the Cleveland Spiders. I had a brief moment where I thought I was saying Cleveland Spiders again. I clearly
Oh,
just
yeah.
saw Spider Man. And as we were talking about off air, I am also a Richmond Spider. So lots of
You've got
reasons I thought
spider on the brain.
I
Yes.
did. I still think that the Guardians should have been the Spiders, by the way. I
Oh,
will
yeah,
die on that hill.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Reclaim that history, turn it into a positive.
Right.
Come on.
Right. 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 Right.
A
Uh,
couple of other things with the Sirens identity, I
yeah.
should point out. They did the team released some comment or quote
Yeah.
saying that they deliberately rejected using the same color scheme as the Cleveland Cavaliers,
Hmm.
the NBA team. They have the same ownership group there, so it would have made a little sense, right, to use the same color scheme and tie the two franchises together. But all the power to them. They said we don't want to just be known as the Lady Cavaliers.
Hmm.
All right, cool, right?
Yeah.
Stand on your own 2 feet or thin, I guess, in this case. But like when the WNBA first started up, we had a lot of names that were really tied to the NBA counterparts.
Hmm.
And I think, that's just probably to help the new league off the ground and give their fans a sense of familiarity. Like the one I think about the most was the Utah team, which was called the Stars
Mm.
with a double Z or Z at the end. Stars,
Hmm.
ZZ, just like the Jazz.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
which is
yeah.
like just sort of let's force in this connection. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with anything. There's the Orlando Miracle, the Phoenix Mercury instead of the Suns. There was a lot of like, yeah, we're all together in this. But now, like in the last few years, well, I go back to the Toronto team, the Tempo, which has absolutely nothing to do with the Raptors.
Hmm.
Not the same color scheme. They don't play in the same arena. I don't even think they're owned by the same team, the group. And now the Sirens. Yeah, it's kind of nice to seeing the WNBA coming up with their own identities, developed for what's increasingly becoming a more interested market in the WNBA product. It just seems, and maybe it's because I live in a market where we have an expansion team, so interest is high. More people seem interested in the WNBA than ever before.
Philadelphia is going to have an expansion team in 2030, and after all this talk, I'm kind of hoping that they'll be the Wiz
They're
with two
beautiful.
Z's.
The Philadelphia Whiz,
There's
the
some
Philadelphia Wit Whiz.
some cadmium yellow uniforms. It's going to be great.
But they can borrow the Sirens color scheme and call themselves the Philadelphia Wooter
Oh, the
Ice.
water, the Philadelphia water.
But we do have like so we did touch on this earlier about the whole Sirens trademark thing.
Yeah.
You mentioned okay, maybe it's because Cleveland Rockers and Cleveland Rockers can't use the same city team
Hmm.
name.
Hmm.
My understanding is the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, you can't use a city name as part of your trademark claim,
Oh,
right? Because I mean, you can file a trademark with the city name in it, but you have no rights to the city name. So
I
I
see.
think it's independent of that, right? So it just
Okay.
goes Rockers versus Rockers.
All right.
And I think in this case, it's like based on the services you provide.
Mm.
So the Rockers in this other league that has never played a game yet, which I believe is a basketball league. They're like, oh, well, Rockers is we provide professional basketball team services versus Rockers trying to provide professional basketball team services. Whereas the Sirens, one is a hockey team,
Yeah.
one's a basketball team, two different services.
Yeah.
And the New York Sirens, their identity has like nothing to do with the Greek mythology.
Mm.
It's it's about the noise of the city and the energy
Oh.
within the city. And I guess like I'm going to tie in myself the siren, the goal siren when you score a goal in
Mm.
hockey. So it's
Yeah.
two completely different concepts. They have two completely different color schemes. They play two different sports. It sounds like the two teams got together before this was unveiled and made official, and they figured out a way to make it work, and they did. So the two will coexist peacefully.
All right. Well, I look forward to having another Philadelphia sports team in 4 years to dash my hopes for anything for good happening to Philadelphia sports. Hey, Chris, there's other sports news out there beyond the WNBA, and the St. Louis Cardinals have been in the news. The old Cardinal way, Chris, the greatest fans in all of sports, the St. Louis Cardinals fans. Everybody loves them and their infallible Cardinal way. Let's talk about the St. Louis Cardinals and the greatest uniform in the history of sports.
Oh my gosh, the sarcasm that's dripping out of your mouth.
Excuse me, Chris. I'm sorry. See, the St. Louis Cardinals do this to me. There's no other team that gets my back up like the Cardinals. It's actually not even the team, it's their fans.
This is we're playing in another league. I don't even think about the Cardinals. Um, so
They're not
they
even in
can't
the
bother
Phillies
me.
division. I just get annoyed by the whole like Cardinal way. Like, we're the best fans in baseball.
But they do the wave when their pitcher's on the mound.
In the eighth inning of a no-hitter.
Yeah, right. So there
Michael
you go.
Wacha.
That is the Cardinal way, after all. The St. Louis Cardinals, they're continuing the Cardinal way
Yeah.
and taking advantage of that greatest fan base in the
Mm,
world. They are asking these fans, what should we do with our uniforms?
yeah.
The team says they are evaluating their current uniform rotation. They would like the feedback of their fans to help inform future uniform decisions.
Yeah.
This is something that we have seen teams do a little bit in recent years. The Detroit Tigers did this maybe about 10 years ago, and it took them about 10 years to implement some of those changes that we first saw on that. You're seeing those this year in those orange and navy blue alternate uniforms they finally added this year. The Tampa Bay Rays did something similar earlier this year too. I think back in March or so it was, where they asked fans to take a look at some possible gray uniform options, which were all variations of their original '98 look. We
Hmm.
talked about it back then. Here, the Cardinals are asking all sorts of questions. First question was, rank our current uniform sets. But then it got a little more interesting. They asked them, what cap should we wear with our home uniform? Would you be cool if we wore our blue cap more often at home? Would you be cool if we wore powder blue uniforms at home? Because
Hmm.
right now they only wear them exclusively on the road.
As God intended.
Well, I am pro powder blue on the road.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'd be okay with a powder blue jersey at home if they're worn with white pants.
Yeah.
If you're going to go top and bottom powder blue, that's road only.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's interesting that the Phillies, the Phillies wear their old powder blues at home just because everybody loves them, right? But it is
Yeah,
they were never intended to be their home uniform.
right. And that's a trend now that we're seeing throughout
Sure.
baseball. I believe you have the Kansas City Royals to blame for that. They brought powder blue back as a home jersey uniform. It got extremely popular, and then we started seeing it rolled out across baseball, right?
Yeah.
Like the Texas Rangers started wearing powder blue at home. The Jays, the Phillies. Forgive me, but I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple.
There's lots.
And now it's turned into a home uniform color.
Yeah.
I kind of love what the Cardinals are doing right now as it is. They have their home white. They have their alternate, cream jersey that they wear at home. And then on the road, they have a gray and they have a powder blue.
Yeah.
To quote the great Paul Caputo, as God intended. At home, they wear white. On the road, they wear gray or powder blue. That's that's baseball.
Yeah.
And then they have their City Connect uniform, which they wear at home, which is red,
Hmm.
which it looks great. It's
Hmm.
it's a very nice City Connect uniform. If the cap feels a little off, which has
Yeah.
STL written out
Yeah.
rather than in interlocking letters.
Yeah.
And then it says the Lou on the front because that's the rule when it comes to City Connect that you have to have something completely ridiculous on the front of your uniform to ruin it from being perfect.
Right.
Um, they have like the river inspired pinstripes, like all these things on the alternate uniform or their City Connect uniform just makes it feel like a really well thought out, good looking City Connect uniform. They're asking their fans, do you like the City Connect? Should we change it? One question I was really interested in was the reintroduction of the navy blue STL cap on the road.
Mm.
And this seems to be what fans are most passionate about, Cardinals fans. Because if you read the comments on every social media post that the Cardinals posted about this survey, every single one was a variation of whatever, just bring back navy blue caps on the road.
Hmm.
You, as a great fan of the St. Louis Cardinals and the Cardinal way, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I will acknowledge, in spite of all of my snark about the fans and the Cardinal way and the best fans in baseball, that the Cardinals uniforms are elite, right? Like it's hard to beat this set. I'm curious about the motivations of this survey. Is it to generate interest, or are they genuinely seeking out fan feedback with the intent of making changes to what they wear on the field? Because there are a lot of teams that I think that could probably use changes to what they wear on the field. I don't know that the Cardinals are necessarily one of them, right? Like this is, and if this survey susses out, yeah, there's this one thing, this one opportunity we've been missing to wear the navy blue cap. The navy blue cap that I'm familiar with is the one that has the bird on the bat on it, which I think is also a pretty great cap, right? Like that's one that I think that they could wear more. I also, think the Cardinals are a red team, and so that navy blue being more prominent feels odd to me. So I'm curious about the motivations. I think if it dredges up one thing that the fans en masse think, and it's that navy blue cap with the STL, right? Like I think that would be interesting. But I would think that the Cardinals would be well advised to leave well enough alone here, right? Like I'd love to see the Rockies do something like this, right? Like there are teams out there that I think could probably use some updates and some adjustments to what they do. I don't think the Cardinals are one of them. So it's cool that they're doing it. It'll be interesting if it dredges up something, like one like minor change that they might make. But I don't. This is of all the teams out there that need to do this. I don't think the Cardinals are one of them.
Yeah, so I do love the navy blue clap on the road, but you are right. Cardinals are red and they are a red team. They should be a red team. So I'm thinking the only reason why I love the Cardinals wearing navy blue on the road is because, ta-da, it's what they did when I was growing up. So
The,
if
the
you're
theory bears out.
there it is, right? So otherwise, yeah, you're right. It doesn't make any sense. I think it's a good looking cap on its own, and I think
Uh-huh.
it looks good with the road uniform, but they're called the Cardinals not because of the bird, but because the team originally wore cardinal red.
Yeah.
So it would make sense, you know, everyone at home listening to this, that the team named after Cardinal Red would wear Cardinal. Anyways,
Yeah. You
um,
say everyone at home. Some people are actually at the grocery store right now. There's a couple people on a road trip, and then a handful of people are out running listening to this right now.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to freak one of those people out. Hey, you listening at the grocery store, uh, you don't forget the peanut butter.
Yeah. And those bananas are not ripe. They need a
Yeah,
couple of
don't
days.
no put
Yeah.
them back down. Put
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
back down. Hold on, the Rockies though. You brought up the Rockies.
Mm,
And this is we're going off the board here, but
it's all right.
the Rockies are now on year 34, season
Uh-huh.
34.
Uh-huh.
Nary a change to their uniform.
Sure.
So kudos to them, right?
Yeah.
Because a team that goes 34 seasons without like the only change the Rockies have done is they adjusted the shade of purple. That's
Right.
all I can think of.
Right.
And I don't know if the idea is, hey, we're going to get to a point, like we're going to try to skip over the point where our fans find our uniform set tiresome
Hmm.
and then we're forced to make a switch and then they want to go back to the original and
Yeah.
they're just hoping to skip over that awkward
Right.
period that every team goes through
Yeah.
and they want their uniforms to be timeless from A to B and that's it. I think that's what they're doing and I'm basing that off of nothing other than why else would they exist this
Right.
long without doing anything?
Right.
Yeah, and like when they first came out with their uniforms, like in that 93 season, right? A white jersey, pinstripes. They had no names on the back of the jersey, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So interlock letter style
Yeah.
logo on the caps.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to mimic the New York Yankees
Yeah.
in a
They thought
Yankee
they were the
way.
Yankees. Yeah.
Right. So the Yankees don't change uniforms, so why should we? I think that's kind of the way they're thinking here.
And then if you look at the other three expansion teams from the 90s, you had in 93, you also had the Marlins, who joined the
Right.
Rockies, and they obviously have been through a number of changes. And then you have the Rays and the D-backs who came in 98, who, both of those teams have been through a bunch of changes. So
But
when
what's
you,
the common link, Paul, between all those three teams now? What do all their fan bases and all of us want them to do?
you want throwbacks, you want them to go back to where they were. I thought you were going to say that they all three had won a World Series, but the Rays have not. So,
But
and
all three of them, right? They all,
yeah,
hey, let's go back. The Marlins, everyone wants them to go back to the 93s, D-backs and
yeah,
Rays. Let's go back to the 98s.
yep,
And the Rockies are sitting here going, go
we're already
back?
there.
What do you mean go back? So, hey, maybe the Rockies are onto something, but yet sometimes to really figure out you love something, you need to lose something, and the Rockies are just saying, yeah, you don't need to lose us. How about we just forget we exist for a few years, and then
Right.
it'll feel like we went away.
Really, every couple of decades, we'll pop up and make a run to the playoffs, and you can remember that the Rockies exist. Hey, good on the Mountain Time Zone for having an actual baseball team, and a baseball team that's actually in the Mountain Time Zone for the whole year. Let's not talk about the Diamondbacks; they don't count as a Mountain Time Zone team.
D-back slam.
That's
Whenever
right. Bring it. That's my time zone hot take.
whenever Utah gets their team, then you'll have some company.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we're gonna replace the bees. One of my birthday presents, by the way, actually wasn't a birthday present. It was a retirement gift. Was a Utah Dirty Sodas cap from the Salt Lake Bees. So
Nice. I also have a I also got a Utah Dirty Sodas cap, not from the team.
we'll be Dirty Sodas twins.
Did you get the brown one with
I
the?
did the brown one with the red brim.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, one of my retirement gifts was a Paul Caputo bobblehead, which it was my Dwight Schrute moment right there. I was just like, I've got a bobblehead of me. It's amazing.
You have a bobblehead, and the fans are going to line up outside of podcast stadium on Paul Caputo bobblehead giveaway night.
Just you wait. Chris, there's more baseball news.
Yay!
We've got the
Baseball.
Field of Dreams game, August 11, the St. Paul Saints versus the Iowa Cubs. I assume that's what we're talking about.
You know, every week I'm like, is this the week that we don't invite Paul back?
I've made it 24 episodes. Last week I did a good job. I went like the whole episode without talking about minor league baseball, and then you let me run free with my whole baseball palooza story.
And you went on, and then we did a whole minor league baseball trivia thing. It
That's
was your
true.
birthday
That's
episode,
true.
so it was okay.
It's carried
Uh,
over into this week. I'll try to tamp it down a little bit.
no, Paul, we're not talking about the St. Paul Saints versus the who are they
Iowa
playing?
Cubs.
Iowa Cubs. Yes,
So
not
forgettable
that
because they're
one.
named for their parent club.
Right. Sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't. I'm
Mhm.
never gonna come up with my own opinion on this one. It changes with the day whether or not I like minor league teams using their parent club names.
There's only like 8 of them left now. They're a
Well,
dying
okay,
breed.
I will say when it comes, I guess really the only thing I like about it is seeing because it's almost like we're pretending that team has relocated.
Right.
So,
Right.
what would it look like if the Chicago Cubs moved to Iowa? Here you
Hmm.
go. We got the
Right.
Iowa Cubs.
Yep.
What would it look like if the Toronto Blue Jays relocated to Dunedin? We'd have the Dunedin Blue Jays, and we'd have that. It's the same word mark and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I that's where I get a kick out of it.
No, but we're talking about my Philadelphia Phillies and the
Hmm.
Minnesota Twins were playing an interleague game August 13, just around the corner, 24 hours after this episode drops. If you're listening to this on the day that it drops, it's tomorrow, the Field of Dreams
Yes.
games with
Put
the
down your bananas and go watch the game.
between the Phillies and the Twins. The Phillies, who are currently playing your Blue Jays right now, they've dropped the first 2 games of this set, trying to salvage the last game of a 3-game set.
Trying to hold on before we get into this. Let's hold. Zach Wheeler,
Yeah.
Mister, my team loses all the time, so they're upset. Well, guess who's 1 game away from getting swept by the team that loses all the time? My team might lose all the time, but we ain't losing in Philadelphia, my
Not
friend.
the Phillies, not these days. I got to witness it in person last night. The Phils,
I kept secretly texting you random facts that you could drop to your
yeah,
relatives to look
I
smart.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, and I just kept getting them like just barely too late for whatever reason. Whereas I would text you, "Oh, Jose Alvarado's coming in. He's bad. You're about to win this game," and then that's exactly how it went.
Oh boy, that would make me real excited. Thank you.
So
But
the Phillies,
You did get to see Guerrero's return. And I bet that
that's
wasn't a
true.
talking point in Philadelphia. You
It
guys
was
probably didn't
not.
realize he'd sat out the last 5 games and he
He
was coming back. And
smacked an 0-2 pitch for a home run in the first inning, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's just Guerrero being Guerrero." And you were like, "Oh no, he's been slumping." So,
yeah, so
um,
yeah, you delivered the news to me. You're like,
yeah.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
that's good. I broke that news to you.
you're like, hey, this is just before you sent me a picture, and this was
Yeah.
1 pitch before Guerrero hit the home run. And Guerrero hit a home run? Are you kidding me?
So no, we're not talking about the Toronto Blue Jays. We're talking about a team
No.
farther north than the Toronto Blue Jays, the Minnesota Twins. Is that true? I think
Hmm.
that's actually true, isn't it?
I think we looked it up and it was true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, we had this conversation about basketball,
Basketball.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I think we learned that the Timberwolves were further north than the Raptors.
I thought it's,
Therefore,
yeah. You would think, right?
you
That
would
the
think,
Minnesota Twins. It's yeah, and Detroit is not. Detroit is not farther north.
oh
So
no,
it was
Detroit's much further south than we
yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah. So it was the Portland. It was Portland, and then Minnesota, and then the Raptors. That in that order. So
And when Seattle comes back, they'll be the
they'll
furthest
be
north.
even farther north. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sorry. We're talking about uniforms at the Field of Dreams game.
I'm sorry, what?
Field of Dreams game.
Uniforms. Paul, okay, so since this involves one of your teams,
Yeah.
I will let you review the Phillies uniform. I will just quickly describe their inspiration, and then I'll let you tell me your thoughts on it.
Okay.
So the Phillies have decided to honor the woefully forgettable 1939 through 41 Phillies team, which was awful. They
Mhm.
were not a good team. They lost over 100 games. The team was actually so bad that they considered changing their name to the Blue Jays, oddly enough, directly right after that happened. So the uniforms are gray. It's got Phillies scripted in red, trimmed in blue. We got some piping down the front, dark navy blue cap with a pretty plain block red P on it. Honestly, I think the only reason why they picked this uniform because it was a cool excuse to wear the 1939 baseball centennial patch on the sleeve, which they have faithfully recreated here. Paul, go ahead and tell me your thoughts on your Phillies sporting these uniforms of all the uniforms they could be wearing.
These Phillies uniforms look a little bit to me like uniforms that you might get if you put the current Phillies uniforms into AI and then we're like, recreate this uniform for me. The Phillies script on this uniform was not familiar to me, right? Like, I mean, I thought I was pretty familiar with most of the Phillies uniforms over the years and the scripts that they've used. This one where like the squared off top of the letter H comes up into the counter form of the loopy Phillies P. There's a lot of angles. This Phillies script is going a lot of different directions, and so it's you know, fine for something that existed from 1939 to 1941. Kind of fun to bring it back in this context. Certainly not something I would ever want to see in any normal Phillies rotation. That's just it's just that Phillies script is just all over the place. The black cap with the kind of like pirates looking P, just the sort of blocky sans serif P, looks like something came out of a dot matrix printer. I love the concept of the whole thing that they're doing here. This is not an attractive uniform set in my mind. Not the Phillies ones anyway. The Twins ones I love, right? Like what the Twins are wearing over there. I really like. I like that they've got the patch with Minnie and Paul shaking hands, the classic Twins uniform there. So it's fun that the Phillies are playing. It's a goofy old timey looking uniform. It was a bad team, so maybe that's why there's no nostalgia for it. It was not part of my childhood, so there's no nostalgia for it there. I am glad that this is a one-off. I'm glad that the Phillies are a part of this game. The uniform will be a novelty when they take the field, and I will be glad when it comes and goes.
Oh boy. Okay.
No, too much.
Paul, you're really passionate about hating this uniform. As a neutral observer, I don't really, whatever, it's again, one game only.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with my team wearing, well, I don't want my team dressed up like the oat milkers, but any throwback for one game, I'm cool with as long as it's just, one game, whatever.
Yeah.
What I kind of find this kind of tickles me a little bit. The Phillies are wearing that baseball centennial patch, which teams actually wore back in 1939.
Hmm.
That is celebrating the, since debunked idea that baseball was founded in 1839 by Abner Doubleday and all that stuff, which it's now sort of become a part of baseball mythology. That patch was also worn in the movie The Natural by the fictional New York Knights.
Yeah.
So we have mythology on top of mythology in a game that's being played at the Field of Dreams site, which is very much built on baseball mythology. So, baseball, really loving the mythology here with this game, with this, fake story about the origins of baseball in a patch that was showcased in a fake movie talking about how amazing baseball was in the 1930s, taking place in a movie about, a fake baseball player and, cornfields and ghosts and all that stuff. Mythology upon mythology upon mythology. In the mythology episode with the Cleveland Sirens featured earlier, the Cardinals, where's your mythology? Come on, get with the program. It's 2026. We're all about mythology today. The Minnesota Twins, I mean, that is a classic look. It's a great uniform. I love what the Twins are doing with their cap because it's
Hmm.
like a chain stitching style, a TC on the cap, but it is applied on a single navy blue patch, and that patch itself is applied to the cap.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that's what they actually did back in the 1960s when the Twins first wore this uniform. So it is era accurate. That doesn't mean I have to like that that's what they did.
Uh-huh.
I would love the chain stitching applied directly to the cap. So if I'm a Twins fan and I want this cap, that would stop me from buying the cap
Mm,
because I find that annoying.
right.
But I would love the chain stitching idea. So my only gripe with the Twins uniform not only is the odd way, if era accurate way of applying the logo to the cap, but we have seen this uniform time and time again from the Minnesota Twins. Um, there's only so much that they can throw back to because they've only had so many looks throughout their history. And this is as far back as they can go as the Minnesota Twins, 1961. But they've already done this, right? They've worn these throwback uniforms. It was a regular alternate uniform back in the 2000s and the 2010s. So as someone who, you know, extensively covered Major League Baseball uniforms in that era, this is just, oh, we're throwing back to, you know, 2012 to me. Like that's what it feels like. We're just going back a decade
Right.
because this was a regular uniform for the Twins not that long ago.
Yeah.
So I'm a little disappointed that the Twins didn't, tap into, Minnesota has a minor league baseball history, right?
Yeah.
They have a fairly rich minor league baseball
Sure.
history. So they could have tapped into that a lot, or they could have done something really fun and created some sort of faux back Minnesota Twins uniform,
Ooh.
or maybe create a Minnesota Twins version of the 1939 Washington Senators uniform, which the Minnesota Twins were back in 1939. And then they could have wore the baseball centennial patch. Let's go. I'm going to
Yeah.
blame the Twins on this.
Yeah.
This isn't a Nike thing or anything. This is the team said for whatever reason, let's just wear the same uniform again.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks great, but let's switch it up a bit.
It feels a little bit like if the Phillies would have gone to like their 1950s whiz kid uniforms, which were objectively better uniforms than the ones that they are going with, but they're ones that we've seen a bajillion times, and
Yeah.
so it wouldn't have been that special. So,
Or if they wore the maroon burgundy
oh,
uniform,
right,
like yeah, well, yeah, yes, these are great, but
yeah, but we've seen them.
we've done it. Give us something new.
These ones that the Phillies are wearing, I'll give them this. They're not familiar to me.
There you go. Okay, so one other thing, I'm going to give the Twins a W in this. I'm going to give the Win Twins a win. They actually won the pennant wearing this uniform, so that's something. Whereas the Phillies, lost 100 games this season. So
Not a lot of success in the Phillies past to draw from if they're going to, but the rule that I tried to propose where you can only throw back to uniforms that you won a championship in, that would give the Phillies two choices, 1980 and 2008.
and guess what? They already wear both of them. So
They do already, exactly.
well, to quote Philly starting pitcher Zach Wheeler, this is a franchise that's lost a lot of games. So
That's true. Phillies are winning 5-2 in the seventh right now, which is you're set up perfectly. The Phillies have to get through 3 innings with oh no, Luzardo's still pitching. So
right. So when I saw Luzardo pitching, I'm like, well, we're not going to get the sweep, but whatever. We won the series. That's all I care about right now.
that's true. You got to win series.
Okay, what's up?
What do the YouTubers have to say these days about the old podcast?
A lot of ethnic slurs.
Really? Okay, well, I think you're in other parts of the YouTube biosphere there,
yep.
Chris.
Sorry, wrong comments. Let me pull up. Okay. Oh, I found the actual comments. You're right, Paul. That wasn't our channel. Our viewers would
Thank
never,
goodness.
ever, ever.
No.
A little quiet on the comment front this week. That's okay. Everyone's
Yeah.
out enjoying summer.
Summertime.
We have at Eden Skur, who says, I just wanted to say that I enjoy these. Keep up the good work. I presume he means the podcast in general. Thank you.
Thank you, Eden Skur. Exactly.
Eden Skur, yes, very nice. I just want to say that I enjoy these comments from you, Eden Skur. There
Very
you go.
good. Because A, it was very kind, and B, there were no ethnic slurs.
No ethnic slurs. Keep up the good work.
Take that to the rest of YouTube, not here.
And finally, at Kilo One, who is our Chicago Dogs fan, he is referring to last week we did a trivia contest for Paul's birthday where we quizzed him on minor league baseball alternate identities, where he had to pick out the wrong one from a list of three or a list of four.
Yeah.
Three truths and a lie,
Three
as
truths
he
and a
called
lie.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Paul, if you haven't heard it, cover your ears. Spoiler alert. Paul went 6 for 6 because, of course, he did. Kilo One said he went alongside Paul and he went 5 out of 6. So
Ah,
maybe we have found a match for you in a future episode.
I'd be curious to know
Um,
which one Kilo One got wrong.
yeah, he did not. He
Did not
did
say.
not
Okay.
reveal that, and
All right.
that's his right, Paul. He doesn't have to reveal that
It's
information.
true. It's true.
He just says some of them were very easy for him because he's got pins of almost every single minor league baseball team. And like you, Paul, he has taken road trips with friends,
Mm.
with the focal point for some of them following old steam engines. Ooh, that's interesting.
Wow.
And the stories from his trips, like yours, have been legendary.
So good.
He recommends episode 23 could have been a tribute to Devin Hester, I guess.
Most of the names I come up with are going to be baseball names. Obviously, 23, we had some pretty famous non-baseball names. But Devin Hester, yeah, I think, keep sharing your numbers. We'll have some 24s to go over later on in this episode
Sure.
here.
Well, Devin Hester, probably the most famous Chicago athlete to wear 23, right?
Definitely. I can't think
Yeah.
of another one.
Okay. Not a single one. I wonder if people stopped commenting because I made fun of some of the comments last week.
Oh no.
Um,
Because you said we already talked about the CFL's uniforms.
yeah, see,
We
we
already talked
talked about
about that.
the guy who said, I hate to be that guy. And then I said, I hate to be that guy myself. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I
But hey,
promise I will not mock future comments. Okay.
there you
That's
go.
the Chris Creamer guarantee.
There you go. And leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll read your reviews as well. So, and you can ask
Yes.
questions in your reviews.
Paul, how are we doing for time here?
I think we're good. We've got time for the minor league minute, and then we'll take it out. Don't you think?
Okay. I'm going to ask you two trivia questions. Are you okay with
Oh,
that?
two trivia questions. All right, I'm ready.
Two trivia questions.
Yeah.
Okay. We do like to bring up famous athletes who wore the number of the episode we're in here. We're in episode 24.
Yeah.
We'll run through the list at the end of the episode here, but I will bring up Ricky Henderson, who wore 24 for many,
Yeah.
many years. And I have two uniform related Ricky Henderson questions.
Okay.
First of all, this is a two-parter.
Okay.
Okay. Paul, Ricky Henderson played for a bunch of teams in
Mm-hmm.
Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
How many teams did he play for in his Major League Baseball career? And part two of this question, which team did he play for the most? And which team did he play the fewest games with?
I'm gonna say that Ricky Henderson played for 11 teams. I'm gonna say he played the most with the A's and the fewest with the Blue Jays.
That's a very good guess. I got 9 teams here. I'm going to go
Okay.
back and double check to make sure I
All
actually
right.
got that right. Absolutely right with the Athletics on most games played. He played 4 different stints with the A's. Like
Okay.
he
Oh,
loved Oakland, right? But he played the fewest games with the Dodgers.
oh, the Dodgers. I don't
Ricky
even know if I would
Henderson,
have been able to tell you that he played for the Dodgers. Like,
30 games with the Dodgers in 2003.
which is 20 fewer than Archie Henderson played with the Hartford Whalers.
Only you, Paul, only you. Um, Henderson also played for the Angels,
Okay.
so another Los Angeles area team.
Oh yeah.
I don't dare call them a Los Angeles team.
No.
He played 32 games with the Angels in 1997. So he played for both LA area teams for a total combined 62 games. That's got to be a record in itself. And the record Ricky is most known for, of course. So Ricky's 9 teams: A's, Yankees, Blue Jays, Padres, Angels, Mets, Mariners, Red Sox, Dodgers. I do remember specifically when I worked for the Blue Jays, I was at a game where the Red Sox were in town. And, at that point, Ricky was very much a legend already. This
Yeah.
was 2002. And I was on a break. So during my breaks, I would just go watch the game. And I stood there and I was like, I'm just going to watch Ricky Henderson this entire inning. He was out there in left field right in front of me. And I just watched him. And I noticed throughout the inning that he kept looking into the crowd. He kept getting distracted over and over again. And I said, what's Ricky looking at? And I noticed when the inning ended, he ran over to the crowd and he handed a baseball to a very pretty female fan in the front row. So, attaboy, Ricky.
That's his prerogative as a star athlete, right? Like it's I'm sure she was receptive too.
She did not reject the baseball, that's for sure. You know what? Neither would I. I would have gladly accepted a baseball from Ricky in those circumstances as well.
And I'm sure you're every bit as adorable as she was.
Oh, thank you so much, Paul. Maybe back then. And the last question I'll ask you about Ricky here. Twice in his career, Ricky Henderson bought the number 24 from a teammate, which is just such a Ricky thing to do.
All right.
Can you name the two occasions? And I'm going to say the answer is probably no, but this is just an excuse to tell the story. Can you name the two occasions, and can you name what he paid for the number on those two occasions? Do you want me to give you the years?
Oh, okay.
I'll give you the years because it's unfair. Like, you're not going to be like, it's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So he bought the number 24 twice, once in 1989 and once in 1993.
Oh, well, that would be when he went to play with one of his stints with the A's.
Yes.
And then that would also be when he went and played in Toronto.
That's right. Okay.
And I remember he was in Toronto in 93 because I remember all the debates about whether Lenny Dykstra or Ricky Henderson was the better leadoff hitter in that World Series.
What a ridiculous debate.
Even then, we knew it was ridiculous in Philadelphia. But Lenny Dykstra was a better corrupt car wash owner than Ricky Henderson was. So
you know what? We're going to let him have that one.
I can't tell you who he bought them from, though, in those two occasions.
Well, okay. 1989 in Oakland. This actually came up a couple episodes ago when we were told that we should have named the number 22 episode the Ricky Henderson episode because he wore number 22 when he came back to the A's in 1989 from the Yankees before he finally reached out to Ron Hassey and offered him $2,500 worth of stereo and appliance equipment. Which just feels like such a Ron Hassey story. I don't know why.
That's hilarious.
So that's how Ricky got 24 back in Oakland in 1989. In 1993, he came to Toronto where number 24 was worn by utility player Turner Ward.
Oh, my.
Turner Ward reportedly told his wife to stay far away from Ricky because he's going to come sniffing around trying to get that number. Ricky did end up wearing the number 14 for Toronto for a very brief amount of time before he finally offered $25,000 to Turner Ward, which is quite a sum of money for a utility player in 1993. Not only did Ricky Henderson get Turner Ward's number 24, he also got his locker spot in the dressing room, and he took his left field position in the outfield. So sorry, Turner Ward, but you got a good story. I will quickly share a memory I have. When my dad told me the story that he bought Turner Ward's number, my dad said they should play the song "Ricky, Don't Lose That Number" by Steely Dan.
It's a good joke
on the radio in honor of that. Good job, Dad.
That's
great. So well, you went 1 for 4.
This was you taking me down a peg after you getting me out of my comfort zone. I went 6 for 6 last week on my birthday. You're like, now you're just some dude. It's not your birthday, so you're gonna take me down.
We're gonna hit you. We're gonna hit you hard.
And you didn't even give me multiple choice this
Paul,
time.
Really,
this was just conjure this out of nothing.
I hope you learned your lesson. The only question Paul got right here was that Ricky Henderson played for the Oakland A's a lot, which this was very unfair. I'm going to say it was a very unfair trivia contest.
I did get that he played in Oakland in 89 and in Toronto in 93. So I think I actually got a couple more that you said.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give you a 50%, a passing grade, Paul.
50% is a passing grade?
Well, you know what your reward is for a passing grade?
Oh, let's hear.
Your reward is 1 full minute of uninterrupted minor league baseball talk because it is time for Paul Caputo's Minor League Baseball Minute with Paul Caputo starring the one and only Paul Caputo.
It's the Minor League Minute with Paul Caputo. Paul Caputo. It's the Minor League Minute with Paul Caputo. Paul Caputo. It's the Minor League Minute with Paul Caputo.
I'm quoting all over the place here. All right, Chris, we are going to Columbia, South Carolina, where you surely know already the Columbia Fireflies play there. We're not talking about the Fireflies, Chris.
Oh.
We're talking about one of their alternate identities. They're going to be playing as the Synchronized Hippos. Why are they playing as the Synchronized Hippos? Well, it goes back to a February episode of the TV show Jeopardy! Where the question was, in late spring, Congaree National Park in South Carolina is famous for its nightly display of synchronized these. And Lauren Vincent was the only person to ring in. You and I would have known because we know about the synchronized fireflies in Congaree National Park. But she rang in, and she must have been thinking about the movie Fantasia, I guess, because her answer was hippos. Chris, I know that you're from Canada. You've got probably hippos all over the place up there. In South Carolina,
we have house hippos up here, Paul. We have house hippos. Look it up.
House hippos. There are very few hippos in South Carolina. That answer obviously was a ton of fun for people in South Carolina. They have used it as inspiration for the Synchronized Hippos theme night that they are going to have August 20 in Columbia, South Carolina. And I've got the team on the lookout to get me a T-shirt because I won't be there for it. But the Columbia Synchronized Hippos, your minor league minute.
Paul, I mean, this is inspiring me to get on a Jeopardy and get a question wrong so I can have a baseball team named for my ignorance.
It's amazing. It took them some time to track her down, and she's going to be there at the game. She's going to throw out the first pitch. She's going to be on the broadcast for an inning. So yeah, pretty funny.
And by the way, house hippos?
Yeah, what's a house hippo?
Okay, so
you tried to throw me off my stride in the middle of my minute there, Chris, and I was like, I'm on the clock here.
Look, as any Canadian of my age will know, any mention of how hippos are running around the country in Canada. So when we were all growing up, there was a commercial that they would air during a children's programming up here, and it was a documentary style, very short clip of this little tiny hippo that lives in your houses, and it feeds off of discarded potato chips.
Oh, that's funny.
They're very lazy and they sit around. And the whole point of that commercial is that they're presenting it to you as something that is 100% real and it looks real. And at the end of the commercial, it's all about, hey, think about things before you just accept them as real. It's supposed to be a way to teach kids to not just believe everything they see on television.
I see.
But we left, we grew up with like, where's our house hippo? Everyone wants a house hippo now.
Right.
Anyone who is unfamiliar with Canada's house hippo, look it up on YouTube, and you too will want a house hippo, and you will also learn just how cruel it was to grow up here and learn the hard way that house hippos do not exist.
That's very funny. I am among those people who is not familiar with house hippos. I will go look that up. Chris, we're up against the clock here a little bit here, so but I do want to make sure I get a where were they in. I don't know whose turn it is, but I figure since both of
I'm
our
just giving
teams,
it to you. I'm giving it to you.
Both of our teams were playing on the same baseball field last night. I was there right behind home plate in my brother's fancy law firm seats and got to see what ultimately was a pretty fun game. It was entertaining. It went extra innings through a series of bad managerial decisions, inexplicably bad defense by the Phillies, like take the out at first base. You're standing there with the ball right next to. Why would you not just step on the bag, Alec Boehm? And of course, laughably bad relief pitching. The game went to extra innings, tied 4-4. Of those 4 runs, 3 of them came courtesy of players who had reached base by walking for your Toronto Blue Jays. But the reason I am talking about last night's Phillies Blue Jays game is because for the very first time, I and my parents were featured prominently on the giant jumbotron at the Citizens Bank Park. Chris, I can safely say this is the largest my face has ever appeared anywhere. Was on this.
So far.
It was my mom, my dad, and me at the Phillies game on this gigantic screen out in left field. And it was just the 3 of us. It wasn't like we were like part of a crowd shot or anything. It was the 3 of us featured hugely on the screen. My dad and I were super psyched about it, and my mom just wanted the game to end so she could go home.
That's great, Paul. That's great
fun.
that you and your parents got that moment, and you sent me the photo of that. So you got it captured. It's there. It's yours forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got that great moment. Not AI generated
Mm,
moment,
no.
100% real, which is rare these days.
Right. No, my brother
Actual rare
snapped the
moment.
pic.
Fantastic. And your brother's like, hey, it's so awesome that this family moment in the seats that I own, I was cut out of.
He was very pleased to be a part of it. You can see my sister-in-law Jody, my niece Natalie, and her friend Grace in the row behind us in the picture
Oh,
as well.
perfect.
But yeah,
Did your brother get in the picture?
you can see the edge of him on the picture, but he was standing up and he was like actually taking a picture of the screen. So he was like,
Okay.
he was not, he was okay being cut out of it because his goal was to make sure he documented it when it happened.
Well, that's a good brother right there,
Oh,
making sure it was all.
he's a terrific brother. I'm lucky that he's my brother.
You're
I'm
lucky he didn't do what a brother typically would have done and put rabbit ears behind your head for the photo.
right. I'm sitting here in his shore house in Ocean City, New Jersey right now. So that's how good a
Oh,
brother he is.
well, hopefully I can meet him someday and I can
Yeah,
take. Well, I've already parked in his parking spot, so I feel like I know him already.
that's right. You did. That's right. You did. That's funny.
Well, Paul, we didn't mention the other number 24s. Do you want to go ahead?
Let's talk about some numbers 24 here. Let's see. Obviously, Barry Bonds played in number 24. I would say most famously. Well, I don't know. Do you think Willie Mays or Ken Griffey Jr. these days? Those are
Oh,
yeah,
well, I gotta say Willie Mays has got to be more famous than Ken Griffey
probably.
Jr. But I
Probably.
mean, if you look at the stats, they're probably pretty similar.
Yeah, yeah. The my buddy Chris, not you, you're also my buddy Chris, running buddy Chris in Fort Collins, Colorado. He wears a T-shirt that just says 24, and it's got like a little illustration of Ken Griffey Jr. on it. He's a Mariners fan, so
Oh,
yeah.
well,
So
I'll apologize to him for knocking his team out
yeah.
last October.
but there's he was despondent, right? Like that was I was torn there. All the Chris's in my life were rooting for different teams in the ALCS last year. But
I wish it was any other team that we could
I
have
know,
knocked out because I
I
wanted
know.
the Mariners to make it. I feel so bad.
That's how I felt when the Phillies beat the Rays in the World Series in 2008. I was just like, there are so many teams I would rather have beaten in the World Series. But I don't know.
And
I mean,
and oddly enough, the Dodgers are the only team I would have wanted to beat in the World Series. So.
right?
And we didn't.
It always seems to go that way. But I don't know. Bonds, Mays, Henderson, Griffey Jr. Like, I mean, there's a ton
Manny
of
Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez is another one. I mean, there's a ton of. I mean, even Barry Bonds' father, Bobby Bonds, wore it for one season with the Texas
Okay.
Rangers. Yeah. But
But we also, but the Bonds originally wore 24 in Pittsburgh, but couldn't wear it in San Francisco
right. So
because of, well, because of Willie Mays, of
because of
course.
Willie Mays, right? Who you mentioned Manny Ramirez, Robinson Cano was another one. Andre Dawson for 1 year with the Expos.
We're only talking baseball here. What about
I know.
hockey? Chris Chelios wore 24 with the Montreal Canadiens. Bernie Federko,
Well, of
Bob
course.
Probert. Come on. Can you think of any good basketball players who wore 24? Not Kobe Bryant.
I should have come up with Kobe Bryant, but yeah, it's just they're not on the tip of my tongue the way the baseball players are.
Well,
So,
to be fair, Kobe Bryant, he switched from 8 to 24 and, and then back to 8 again. And I'll give you a pass on that one.
all right, all right.
And also, I'm using Dr. Google on this. So
Oh, you are?
going to go in. I'm not going to claim some sort of number supremacy over you here. Marshawn Lynch wore 24, says Google.
Oh, speak of Seattle.
Well,
Chris.
I greatly enjoyed being able to talk with the full range of my mouth.
Yeah.
By the time everyone's listening to this, yeah, I will have a mouthful of stitches. So,
Well, I'm glad that we were able to do this recording before I am fully sunburned from the Jersey Shore and you are talking like you've got a mouthful of marbles from your surgery. I hope your surgery goes well, Chris.
thank you very much. It went very well.
But we had to record this after the fact because I forgot to wish you well. And so now we're
Yeah, well, we had to overdub this. No, this is actually recorded before. We're
Totally.
trying to fool you.
totally seamless.
Ow!
Just
Oh.
just a quick update here. Orion Kirkering is pitching, and the Blue Jays have runners on first and second. So this game is destined for disaster right now.
Go ahead, give me a prediction. I want to hear a faithful Philly prediction here. Everyone listening to this will know. Well, they can look up what happened. No one's going to remember this game.
Here's my prediction. It's 5-2 Phillies in the 8th inning right now. The Blue Jays have runners on first and second with 2 outs. I predict for the second game in a row, the Phillies lose 7-5.
I love it. I am also a woe is me Blue Jays fan, so I am just going to assume that our batter strikes out here and nothing happens the rest of the game, and the Phillies end up winning 5-2.
All right.
So,
well, I'm going to heat up some leftover cheesesteak and watch the end of this game here before heading down to the ocean.
Beautiful. Have a great time at the ocean. I'll have a great time in the operating room. Paul,
we'll see you on the other side, Chris.
So hopefully I can talk for next week's episode. I should be okay by then. Oh boy. Paul, everybody, hey, leave comments, whatever. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week for episode 25.